Value Pack fresh Purdue chicken leg quarters, $1.79 per pound. Only $1.99 for a large California grapefruit. Only $1.99 for one roll Scott Juices sheet paper towel. Save $1.06 on select varieties of Minute Maid 100% fruit juices. $6.79 for a 10-pack. Save half price on Dettol Antiseptic. Just $2.99 for a 500 milliliter bottle. Visit our website at www.marketplace.fm for more super specials.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. It's Tuesday, April the 10th. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. More tributes have been paid to Ira Philip, one of the leading figures in Bermudian journalism for more than 70 years. The former Premier Alex Scott added his voice to the chorus of praise for Mr. Philip, who died yesterday at the age of 92. Mr. Scott, in his tribute to his one-time Senate colleague, described him as unflappable in the midst of a battle.
Ira was the epitome of what you would refer to as a statesman. I don't think I've ever seen him, I'm sure he has, lose his temper, lose his cool. But he was always cool under fire. Certainly in the Senate, he always had an anecdote to make his point and turn the point around. But I think what, in my mind, makes him such an outstanding individual, all of his accomplishments. He was a broadcaster, journalist, author. But the one thing that we tend to overlook, he was an outstanding father. We brought up the point in the Senate on one occasion. I stand to be corrected, but all of his children went to college or university, and that was a result of the sweat of he and his wife's brow. I can remember a member from the other side saying, "Oh, you sent your children off to one of those rinky-dink colleges or universities." And as I said, Ira with a plume and with the sort of statesman-like response said, but they did go to college. That was Ira Philip. Eloquent, statesman, prodigious writer. He's going to be sorely missed.
And Mr. Scott had more praise for his former colleague, likened Mr. Philip to the African storyteller, the griot.
In the African culture, there is the griot, the person who passes on culture and news and history verbally. When a griot dies, it's as if a library has burnt down. We have lost contact with a rich part of our black history because of the passing on of Ira. But, and it's an important but, he documented most of his experiences. So we'll have them for prosperity.
In other news, police are asking victims of possible drinks tampering to come forward. This follows a social media post in which a woman said a drink was drugged at a local restaurant while she was there. The police service says it has not received any reports of drinks being spiked, but it has begun an inquiry into the matter. Jasmine Patterson reports.
It was a WhatsApp voice message that first raised concerns. In it, an anonymous woman said a friend had seen signs of drinks tampering, such as finding a powdery residue at the bottom of her glass. It's not first-hand evidence, but it's clearly enough to worry police. While they've not received any official complaints, they've already launched an inquiry, and the police service says it would like any person who is a victim of drinks tampering to come forward. The dangers are clear. Many countries have reported cases where women have been raped after their drinks were spiked. Initially, victims often don't notice anything wrong. Their beverages may look, smell, and taste completely normal. After they've drunk the substance, though, according to the NHS in the UK, people often find they have blurred vision, difficulty speaking, memory loss or blackout, confusion, paranoia, nausea and vomiting, and even unconsciousness. Some of the drugs, like Rohypnol or ketamine, take effect within 15 to 30 minutes, and the symptoms usually last for several hours. Tampering with drinks carries a heavy prison sentence in the UK, up to 10 years, and can be even higher if an assault, rape, or robbery occurs. There are some steps people can take to protect themselves. You should never leave your drink unattended, and always keep an eye on your friends' drinks. Don't accept one from someone you don't know, and consider sticking to bottled drinks. If you think your beverage has been tampered with, don't consume it. Tell a trusted friend immediately and call the police. If you've already been a victim of drinks tampering or know someone who has, you should get in touch with Detective Inspector Mark Clark at the Vulnerable Persons Unit on 247-1739 or via email at mclark@bps.bm. And there is the independent and confidential Crime Stoppers hotline, which can be reached on 800-8477. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Price Rate is your one-stop shop with something for everyone. Household goods for kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Aisles of bulk groceries at value prices. A complete selection of fresh meat and produce, and an extensive range of frozen items to cover every meal. Wines from around the world, and beer and liquor at discount prices. Visit Price Right at our 2 locations in Pembroke and Warren. There's always something new and always something for everyone.
Pumps make our world go. Cars, washing machines, oil rigs, submarines, all have pumps. The heart is a pump too, and like all pumps, it has parts that wear out and need to be replaced. But the heart isn't easy to get to. First, surgeons have to cut through a protective cage. But what if you could get to the heart the same way blood does, through an artery? Researchers at Columbia and Weill Cornell, working with New York Presbyterian, pioneered an artificial aortic valve that folds closed, like an umbrella. Doctors guide the valve through arteries to the heart, where it unfolds and goes to work. Techniques like TAVR may soon replace open heart surgery altogether. Patients could check in the morning and leave with a rebuilt heart the very next day. That's amazing. And it's happening right here at New York Presbyterian.
Welcome back. Well, 11 abandoned boats have been removed from the waters of Ferry Reach since Monday morning, ranging from vessels barely bigger than a rowboat to a cabin cruiser almost 40 feet long. It's all part of a Ministry of Transport campaign to dispose of wrecks that are an eyesore, with more removals in other locations expected soon. Hal Davis reports from the scene.
Some looked to be in decent condition. Others had clearly spent years at the bottom of Ferry Reach. The 11 boats were lifted onto a barge yesterday, then moved to the shore this morning. They've now ended up at the dump near the airport. It's all part of a government drive to remove abandoned boats. This week's removals are set to be followed by more at Mullet Bay, Coney Island and Mills Creek. For those taking part in this tricky task, it's been a worthwhile job.
Glad we're cleaning up. Some of these boats, there were a couple boats, they were 7 years in the water, so I'm glad they've been cleaned up. So,
and what sort of state were the boats in?
Write-offs, all of them write-off, yeah. Nothing worth salvaging at all. You'd have to have very deep pockets to even bring any of them back, and if you were to have deep enough pockets, you might as well just go buy a new boat.
Regulations allow the Ministry of Transport to dispose of any abandoned vessels which are likely to become unsightly or impede navigation. Most of those removed this week weren't causing problems for people trying to navigate Bermuda's waters, but they were definitely unsightly. So is getting rid of eyesores one of the positive aspects of this removal job?
Yeah, it does look great. I mean, this is the airport right next to us, and all of these boats were out from the airport around the area, so, it does look a lot better for visitors arriving. The first thing they're going to see is big trawlers scattered around on the land, so it looks a lot better not to have that.
The last boat from Ferry Reach was hoisted into the air around lunchtime. Perhaps once a much-loved family runabout, it's now just a battered shell, barely recognisable as a boat at all. But its removal is an important step forward, meaning there's now 11 less wrecks littering Bermuda's coastline. Hal Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In other news, 6 Bermudian entrepreneurs are closer to reaching their small business goals after reaching the next stage of the incubator program at the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation, the BEDC. Walter Raban, the acting minister for Economic Development and Tourism, said this was an example of how the BEDC is providing local startups with the opportunity to acquire key business skills.
Launched in February 2018, the scheme is intended to provide participants with an opportunity to take part in an intensive 9-month development process whereby they can hone their business ideas and implement strategies for success. This program was launched as a pilot with the winners of the 10th annual Rocket Pitch competition held on November 16, 2017. The participants include Serlena Smith, Pitch Green winner with her natural deodorant brand Ponda Pits. Nakia Smith, I don't think they're related. Pitch Pink winner whose Sip and Savor Bermuda food tours plan to offer visitors a chance to eat and drink like the locals. And she apparently just came from a tour, so it must be really happening. Chris Phillips, Pitch Tech winner whose mobile app, Delio, alerts customers to the closest local deals. Great. Everybody's looking for a deal. Tracy Hayward, Pitch Town winner whose website, School Boxes, with a Z at the end, provides parents of children in middle and high school with school supplies. Shayla Bradshaw Douglas, Youth Pitch winner, whose vending machine business, Good Chew, aims to provide homemade healthy snack alternatives to school students. And I'm sure we all need more healthy snacks, so that's good. Sarah Bean, Youth Pitch runner-up, whose online matching business, Pay a Kid, pairs young people between the ages of 13 and 18 with odd jobs.
Accuweather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to Accuweather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer. Hopefully you had a great Tuesday. Temperatures today nice and comfortable, getting into the low 70s, but we do have some changes as we head into Wednesday and also as we head into Thursday as well. And yes, temperatures are going to be cooling off here. You can see that we do have a boundary that's going to be pressing to our south and east. We're really going to notice that throughout the day on Wednesday as the winds pick up. Showers, even thunderstorms are possible. But we also have a storm system that's off to our north and west, and that is also going to be moving away as well. So expect the winds to be picking up here really within the next 24 hours, even getting breezy, or the breezes will continue as we head throughout the rest of tonight. So you can see around the island we do have a couple of spotty showers out there. Looking at the forecast as we continue into tonight, temperatures are going to be falling into the 60s. Still in the 70s right now across the island, humidity at 85%. The winds are starting to pick up out of the south, 15 to 20 knots. The water out there actually has warmed up over the last couple of days. It's sitting in the low 70s, and outside of the reef, we're looking at waves anywhere from 4 to 7 feet. Expect rough conditions out on the water over the next 24 to 48 hours. So here we have it for tonight, 68 degrees, your overnight low, mainly cloudy and breezy. We could see a brief shower or two as we head into tonight. And again, conditions out on the water not going to be the best, so a small craft warning still in place throughout the day tomorrow and also into your Thursday morning as well. Your tidal times right over here, low tide 1 coming in at 11:47 tonight, and then high tide 1 coming in just before 6 o'clock on Wednesday morning. So let's take a look at our futurecast here. Here's that storm system to the north and west. It's going to be pulling away, and then here comes the frontal boundary that's going to be pushing through tomorrow, especially late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. That's where we're going to have potentially storm force wind gusts 40 to 50 knots. So tonight's the night. If you have anything that could easily blow away on your property or to your neighbor's property, tonight's the night that you take care of that. We will have breezy conditions throughout the day Wednesday, windy Wednesday night, and then high pressure will start to build in. So we will see some improvements as we head toward the end of the week. So here we go for your Wednesday, 74, windy, a brief morning shower followed by rain and even a thunderstorm possible as we head into tomorrow evening. So keep it in mind if you have any outdoor plans. If you're doing some traveling, we have rain and snow showers tomorrow in Toronto, New York City, right around 50 degrees, and a very nice warm up coming to the East Coast over the next couple of days. A quick check of the conditions on the islands, Jamaica, Barbados and Trinidad in the upper 80s. We will see temperatures cooling off, but high pressure builds in late this week, so we rebound into the low 70s. Just have to get through the rain and wind tomorrow.
Accuweather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
The whole concept came from the collaboration with BF&M and the America's Cup. The Endeavour program is the legacy of the 35th America's Cup that was here in Bermuda in June. And we've continued the charity now operating in Bermuda. And going forward, we thought, what a great opportunity for children on the autism spectrum. And hence we actually developed the No Limits program. They really do benefit from this kind of outdoor experience, this environment. You know, just yesterday going off the east end of Bermuda, I mean, they wouldn't have done that. Not many children in Bermuda have done that. And just them learning to take control of a large bit of transportation that they're doing at that age, and they may never get that opportunity.
That's where you see the biggest progress is whether they were looking at their hand steering, you know, now they're looking forwards and actually looking where they're going because they've realized, oh, I know where my hand is. I can do this without looking at my hand.
We are so grateful for the Endeavour program and what it has done for the students on the autism spectrum.
This is Rick Blomquist of De Pere, Wisconsin. His life is pretty comfortable. He lives in a comfy home, wears comfortable shoes. He even has a comfortable job. Rick Blomquist thought he had comfort all figured out. But then he laid on a Serta and realized his life was only just sorta comfortable. The new Serta iComfort Hybrid Mattress. Not just sorta comfortable, Serta comfortable.
Feel the difference a good night's sleep can make. Exclusively available at Dreams, Bermuda's only mattress gallery.
It's one of the most uncomfortable things to think about. But the truth is, you are going to die.
I would be on a ventilator for a maximum of 4 days.
I don't want any pain. Medicating me to a point that I'm unable to communicate, I'm okay with that.
In no situation would I want to be kept alive on machines.
Mortality is an inevitability, so why is talking about it so taboo? Having no plan in place can leave families at loggerheads and can be a major drain on the healthcare system.
Join me, Tony Waterman, for a week-long special looking at end-of-life care here in Bermuda. From hospice and wills to the latest technology helping seniors thrive, we'll arm you with the information to help demystify that final journey we all have to take. Talking Death, starting April 23rd.
Welcome back, and turning to business news now. It was a busy start to the week in the insurance world. Plus, if you always wanted to own a Warhol, now could be your chance. Tony Waterman has your business mashup.
It's set to be an industry first. Bermuda's Renaissance Re and Air Worldwide are teaming up to develop the industry's first probabilistic model for extreme liability events. Air, which is the catastrophe modeling arm of Versic Analytics, will produce portfolio-specific casualty losses based on its Arium application. Arium runs simulated events. Insurance companies analyze their exposure to these events to help determine what kind of future events could be most damaging to their portfolios. The model could help companies better understand how their portfolios are interconnected. Liability coverage at your fingertips. That's what Specialty Insurance Group is looking to do. The unit of Bermuda-based Everest Re Group says it's setting up an online portal for brokers and clients to get immediate liability coverage for special events. Think concerts, conferences, festivals, even garden shows. Quotes, binders, and premium payments will all be done online. The company says this is the first of a number of offerings to be released in the coming months. Talk about flying high. The U.S. Export-Import Bank has launched a reinsurance program for its massive commercial aircraft loan portfolio. The landmark $1 billion program is in collaboration with 10 private sector firms, including Bermuda-headquartered XL Catlin and Everest Re. This is the largest ever public-private risk-sharing arrangement for a U.S. government credit agency. The move follows a 2015 mandate from Congress, which said EXIM had to minimize taxpayer losses by sharing the risk with the private sector. Fancy an Andy Warhol or a Pablo Picasso? Then you may want to reach out to embattled casino mogul Steve Wynn.
Word is he's the anonymous seller behind at least 3 paintings on offer at Christie's auction next month. They won't come cheap, though. Picasso's 1943 self-portrait is expected to rake in $70 million, while Warhol's Double Elvis could set you back more than $30 million. Wynn is one of the top U.S. collectors of modern and contemporary art. He recently stepped down as the CEO of Wynn Resorts amid sexual harassment allegations. I'm Tony Waterman, and that's your Business Mashup.
Very cool. Thanks, Tony. Well, from jump rope to steel pan performances to dancing and aerial yoga, there's something for everyone during this year's agricultural exhibition at the Botanical Gardens. The 3-day show runs from April the 19th to the 21st. The theme this year is Through the Ages.
So we have a lot of homegrown talent performing this year. We're very pleased to have not only primary schools and middle schools and high schools, but we also have older artists and younger artists, all singers, musicians. We have dancers, we have dance schools, we have aerial acts. There's so many different things that are happening this year, and we're very, very excited about it.
And what's the main draw of this year's entertainment stage?
This year our theme is Through the Ages. So what we're looking for is, and what we're having is, every single act that's going to get on the stage is actually going to perform music or music genres from, let's say, about the 1950s up until 1990. So we don't have any top 40, so there's probably not going to be any Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, but we'll get a chance to hear a little Stevie and some Motown and possibly some like Frank Sinatra. We don't know. So we've given them a wide berth, but it's Through the Ages.
Performers taking the stage at the show include the Bones Blues Band, the Bermuda All-Star Steel Band, and the In Motion School of Dance. Organizers say their choices aim to bridge the gap between seniors and young people.
Where else in Bermuda can you automatically get to perform in front of an audience of maybe 10,000 people? It doesn't normally happen, and it happens at the Ag Show. So this is definitely an opportunity for all of the artists, the schools themselves, to get as much exposure as possible. I do know of a few individuals who may have performed last year that, because of their performance at the Ag Show, were able to book a few more gigs and get another wedding or two. So it is one of those things where it provides them the opportunity and the platform to perform more on the island.
Now, is the schedule set in stone, or can people still sign up?
No, the schedule is completely booked solid. Our cutoff date, believe it or not, was January of 2018. At this point, we do not have any more space for any more artists. But if you are interested, please, by all means, you can contact us via our email address or our website, playlisttalent.com, and we can take your information for possibly next year if by chance we're blessed enough to be able to get the call.
You can count on us. Save half price on fresh pork shoulder roast, just $2.39 per pound. Save $1.30 on white whole mushrooms, $2.99 for a 10-ounce package. New frozen 9-ounce Taipei Asian-style entree, just $3.99 for select varieties. Frozen 12.3-ounce Eggo waffles, $4.59 for select varieties. $3.99 for a 5-ounce bag of select varieties of wholesome pantry organic popcorn. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
You can count on us. Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.bm, or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
Earl Baisden has tonight's sports report.
The Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast of Australia continued with Tyrone Smith leaping into the men's long jump final. Beating in Heat 1, Smith recorded a top leap of 7.89 meters to finish fourth. He had a leap of 7.52 on his first attempt before leaping to his qualification mark on his second attempt. He would pass on his third and final attempt heading into the final. Meanwhile, Trey Houston finished fourth in Heat 1 of the men's 200-meter dash, stopping the clock in a time of 21:67. His time saw him finish 40th overall. Kyle Webb clocked 21:73, finishing 6th in Heat 9. That time put him 41st out of 64 starters. A Upon reflection, Elon and Elijah Daly provided Bermuda with 11 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze medals during the recently concluded 2018 Carifta Swimming Championships held in Jamaica. Elon Daly won 11 gold medals. That included the 50, 100, 200, and 400 meter freestyle, the 50 meter and 200 meter backstroke, 50 and 100 meter butterfly, as well as the 50 meter breaststroke, closing out with the 200 and 400 individual medley gold medals. Elon also broke 7 Carifta Games records during the 50 meter, 100 meter, 200 meter freestyle, 50 and 200 backstroke, as well as the 50 and 100 meter butterfly. Elon assisted winning a silver medal in the 13 to 14 girls 800 meter freestyle relay and a bronze medal in the 400 medley relay. Elon won the Carifta Games High Points Trophy and the FINA High Points Trophy for her age group. Younger brother Elijah won a bronze medal in his first ever Carifta final. That came in the 200 meter breaststroke race, and he also won a silver medal in his last race of the meet, the 200 meter backstroke. Nathan Trott and his West Ham United under-23 teammates traveled to face Everton's under-23s. It was West Ham's second away Premier League 2 fixture in 5 days. Trott would get his second Premier League 2 fixture shutout in as many games, with West Ham's 4-0 win, and along with his 2 shutouts in the England under-20 outfit, Trott has now gone some 360 plus minutes without conceding a goal, and with the victory, West Ham leapfrogged both Everton and Chelsea into 5th place. Bermuda Cricket Board released the 2018 league schedule. The season will get underway with open cricket. 3 matches are scheduled for the opening day, Saturday, April 21st, with another 3 matches scheduled for Sunday, April 22nd. The following weekend, Saturday, April 28th, the Open League will resume with 5 games taking place, including a game at the National Sports Centre. Another 5 games will be played on Sunday, April 29th. All games in the Open Cricket will get underway at 10 a.m. In the 50-over league, which is set to get underway on Sunday, May 20th, the defending Premier Division champions St. David's Cricket Club will begin their defence at home, facing one of their biggest rivals expected this season, and that is the Southampton Rangers. While at the Somerset Cricket Club, an early cup match rivalry will take place as St. George's Cricket Club travel west. Bayliss Bay will host Western Stars in the other Premier Division match on the day. In the First Division, Cleveland County will host Flats Victoria at the Wellington Oval, while Warwick Workmen's will host Willowcotts at the Southampton Oval. PHC will be at home to Western Stars. Riding her 10-year-old stallion Joyero VG, Bermuda's Annabelle Collins has qualified for the FEI 2018 World Equestrian Games to be held at the Tyrone International Equestrian Center in North Carolina from September the 11th to the 23rd. The World Equestrian Games are held every 4 years, and in order to qualify for this prestigious event, it is necessary to secure 2 qualifying scores of at least 66%. Collins and Joyero secured qualifying scores of 68.45% at a Toledo event before scoring 67.935% at a Segovia event. Bermuda athletes helped the Thomas College track and field team open the 2018 outdoor season at the Jim Sheen Memorial Invitational hosted by the Fitchburg State University. On the men's side in field events, Macau Glasgow recorded a second place finish in the triple jump with a top leap of 11.54 meters. He would then finish 4th in the high jump with a top leap of 1.70 meters. In the sprint, Zenawi Bowen finished 2nd in heat 6 of the men's 100-meter dash, clocking a time of 13:14, finishing 34th. Bowen would run the anchor leg for the Thomas College men's 4x100-meter relay team that finished 5th, clocking a time of 47:51. In the women's sprints, Gianna James finished 10th in the women's 100 meters, stopping the clock in a time of 14:78 after finishing 3rd in heat 3 of the preliminaries. James would finish 16th in the women's 200-meter dash after finishing 6th in heat 3 with a time of 30:56. Mackenzie Cooper and his St. Mary's College of Maryland sailing teammates finished 5th, competing in the Captain Prosser Trophy, which serves as a team race conference championship and a national championship qualifier. Tanner and Cortland Boyle, with their Trinity College men's tennis teammates, dropped a 9-0 decision against Colby College in New England Small College Athletic Conference men's tennis action. The Boyles brothers played in the number 2 doubles position, and they went down 8-3 to Jeremy Mendoza and Luis Gonzalez. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thank you, Earl. And finally, Bermuda was the backdrop for a fashion shoot for the American clothes firm J. McLaughlin recently. The company's catalog is distributed to around 700,000 customers, so a lot of people will see the island, provided they don't just look at the models, of course. We'll leave you tonight with images of Bermuda from the company. I'm Diane Brewer. Good night.